morning. Welcome to AMHQ Weekend. It is Saturday, September the 12th. I'm Kait Parker. We've got Kelly Casson, the beautiful Kelly Casson.
Good morning, guys.
You're a little shorter than Reynolds.
I am?
But we're still happy you're here. And then we got Dr. Greg Postel joining us this hour. Family's all here.
Yeah, and tons of stories as usual, right? We always find the good stuff out there. And there's a lot of cool weather. The first push of fall. We're going to dig deep into that and talk about how rare it is this time of year.
Very excited to get the humidity levels to at least go down, right? We'll give our hair a break.
Shop ready for you. This is you getting out the door, getting ready for your Saturday. This is what you can plan. Broad overview. You've got those fall-like temperatures thanks to this front. Out ahead of it, you have thunderstorms, and some of them could be strong, even severe, up and down the East Coast today.
I think that pumpkin spice coffee is going to come in handy across the Midwest. Don't you love it? Crock-pot weather. With those temperatures cooling down. Minneapolis today, 68 degrees, 63 in Chicago. Grab that college sweatshirt. It's going to come in handy for some of those games. But unfortunately, severe weather along the East Coast.
Right. We've got that. And then out west, it's too dry, actually. Let's take a check game at Bobby Dodd Stadium. You want to know the forecast. Well, look what's happened behind this front. Check out Louisville. You're 5 degrees cooler than you were this time yesterday morning. Oklahoma City, you're 9 degrees cooler, 8 degrees cooler in Chicago. Current temperatures across the Midwest. Woo, what a difference. 48 degrees in Minneapolis, Des Moines 50, 53 in Chicago for you. Look at these showers. Ugh, look at these pouring on in. This is what happens whenever you get the winds over the lake like this. You start to see those showers, and it's going to be cold too. So not a great looking forecast in Chicago today, and not a great one in Buffalo either. Only 57 degrees. Cold rain through Pittsburgh, and these heavier downpours at times really going to be putting a damper on those plans that you have this afternoon as this front continues to slide off to the east. Now in the south, it's also sliding south and east. Look at what's happening. Slow clearing happening in New Orleans and southeast Louisiana, across coastal Alabama, Florida here along the Panhandle. That's where we're starting to see those showers train in a bit in a few spots, which means you could see some localized flooding. We'll watch for that. Later today, once we start getting closer to Charleston, Jacksonville, we could see some strong or even severe thunderstorms out ahead of that fall dip. Kelly, when I dip, you dip, we dip. It's an exciting game. How about another exciting one? The Auburn Tigers go Big Blue against the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. What does that look like? Well, temperatures in the 70s, but this is what we're honing in on. Kickoff is at noon, and it does look like we have some thunderstorms in the forecast. So that's going to be a hit or miss situation. We're watching quite a lot of rain move through that area right now, so hopefully we see that dwindle on down. How about another great looking this is a much better looking forecast. Look at this. 1 o'clock today, Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, Boston College versus Howard, and we're talking about temperatures in the mids to low 70s. Sunshine, just spectacular. But with storms that are constantly threatening the college football landscape, this campus in particular, actually, at Boston College, has emergency management officials taking notice. Now, the Eagles are hosting Howard today, and our Paul Goodlow went one-on-one with Boston College's Director of Emergency Management on how they plan ahead for impending storm. From your eyes, because we have got to teach you our geeky weather jargon. It's so you can impress your friends and coworkers. It's us helping you, you know? And so we've got Greg here, and today we're talking about atmospheric stability.
Yeah, and actually it's something that can be measured in all kinds of ways. The atmosphere can be stable or unstable in many different ways, but probably the most common way we talk about it here, and you might talk about it with your friends or experience, is this. It's a measure of the atmosphere's tendency to encourage or deter vertical motion. Right? So if there is not much resistance to vertical motion and the atmosphere is not very stable, and in fact, if there's no resistance, it can be unstable. But if, you know, the air doesn't want to move up or down very much and there's a lot of resistance, then the atmosphere is pretty stable. It kind of makes sense intuitively in that way.
Okay. So what does this mean for our weather, though?
What does this mean for our weather? Well, you can get in air parcels moving upward very quickly in an unstable way when you have cold air aloft, because air rising up will then be warmer than its surroundings and will be less dense and then continue on rising up. So when you have a lot of cold air aloft like we have now, over, for example, ground that warms up during the day or a relatively warm body of water, you have the warm air below and the cold air aloft, and that is a profile that can lead to instability because the warm air near the ground will rise up and then be warmer than its surroundings, and it will keep going up.
Right, and condensing and creating those clouds.
Right.
And maybe what else?
And maybe what else? Maybe some showers, maybe some thunderstorms and all kinds of stuff. So this is what we have now. Let's go back to what we're seeing on the weather charts. There's basically probably the coldest air of all. Can you see that little thing swirling around right in there? That's probably the coldest pocket of air aloft overall here, and it is moving over an area that's not far from lakes that are actually at their warmest, nearly they are all year round. So we have 70-degree water temperatures over air aloft that is incredibly cold, leading to some lake-enhanced showers, and we're seeing that this morning even over Lake Michigan, for example, or over Lake Huron. So we're going to get these kind of instability-enhanced showers throughout the morning hours. But then guess what? By about noon, the sun comes out, it heats up the ground, the cold air aloft comes over that relatively warm ground, and you get this bubbling up, kind of like you're turning on your boiler in on the stove, right? You're going to get this overturning, and that's exactly what we're going to see over parts of the Ohio Valley today. Some of these pop-up showers, they could be hailers because the freezing level will be pretty low, and they could continue on probably through about 8 or 9 o'clock before everything shuts down and we lose that daytime heating.
And see, this is great information because most people are saying the front cleared.
Yes.
But still, we got that.